small population that will. The ones that, like you said, the ones that consider themselves independent but are leaning on the government, right? But it won't be destruction for all black people. That's only going to be a small population. You can't get rid of us. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're a population of people that's going to be here since from the beginning of time to the end. The first shall be last.
My question is, are we prepared in this mind state that we in? And I know what you're saying, for us to survive, like, and not to even talk about natural disasters.
Right.
We haven't even started. We just talk about not the government shutting down. Yeah. We're not talking about hurricanes, floods, earthquakes. Talk to me about the African American woman, the independent African American woman. The government in particular, African American. Right. That's what we want to get at. So the government in particular, if the government were to shut down, black people, the African American, especially the independent one, would not know what to do. They don't know what to do, and there will be a culture shift. There will be a period where we downtrod heavily, quickly, very quickly. But then I also think there will be a revolution in which we will quickly rise into a position where we will be a combatant, almost like Armageddon, what they describe almost in the Bible of Armageddon, where we battling for power again. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so let me ask you this, Jamal. Let me ask you this. Yeah. With that being stated, let's talk realistically now. Realistically. Yes. Let's run through it. Let's run through our minds with the kind of Negro we dealing with today. Listen. Yes. The government shuts down. I mean, no lights, no electricity, no running water. We good. Whoa. Where do you get food? Okay, we good on that too. Like, okay, let me hear it. Because that lucky Libra, Libra always got to deal with my eye, right? We got to deal with balance. Remember, we've been here before. All we do as black people, in the position that we're in right now, we've been here before. Yes, let me give it to you. Wow. See, Rome has not fallen. It's still doing what it do. You understand what I'm saying? So what we do as a people, our nature as black people is we circumnavigate, we migrate, where we become nomads at that point. When you have and that's any culture. That's not even just black people. That's any culture. Anytime a government dies, just like they're doing now, where they're trying to get into the states because their government is not treating them correctly or the government is not giving them the resources, we will relocate. We will relocate and we will cling to people that are in a good position because so let me ask you this. Let me say this to put to this. Right now, I don't know if you know, but it's about 10,000 people that just left Guatemala on the way to the U.S. I don't know about you heard about the borders, right? Yes. Now, you're saying this is what's happening right now to the Guatemalans. They walk through 3 countries, and the U.S. and Trump is not letting them in. Facts. Right? So what you're saying is that we're going to bust down the wall that Trump built, and we're going to get up out of here and head into Mexico. That's a fact. Yeah. Right. Now look at this. Yes. Look at this, right? We're going to get up. We're going to walk out, right? Now, one thing I can say about the people in Central America, they stick together. Black people can't stick together for shit. I think you got to give us more credit than that. We stick together. Hold on. Let me give you the answer. We stick together when it's a life and death situation. Only though. Life and death situation. Nah, man. Niggas will be killing for theirs. Yes, we do. This is why we have Bloods, Crips. Well, let me ask you this. Why didn't niggas stick together? Why didn't niggas stick together in slavery? Because they had an option. They got an option now. We got way more options now. Listen to what I'm saying. The question was if the government would have collapsed. That means if we don't have any option, we're going to stick together. We don't have an option. It's a survival means, right? If we get to the point where, right, and even now, if the government were to collapse, we have the option. Many of us have the option to flee even when we see it coming. Like you have. So explain to me Black Friday. Talk to me about Black Friday, brother. Well, that's a government thing, right? We're talking about the collapse of the government. Talk to me about Black Friday. When you say we work together, talk to me about Black Friday and them opening them doors to Walmart. Well, I told you at first there's going to be riots. There's going to be people that's trying to cling for power. We're all going to be scrambling all that, right? All of those stuff that's in stores,
those aren't natural resources. Those are things that are packaged and processed. So then after all of those are exhausted, that's when we're at the life and death situation that you're talking about, where we're going to have to cling together, and there's going to be a population of us that are going to die off. But we're not all going to die. That's not going to happen. We're way too smart than that. We got to give ourselves
right. But let me ask you this. This. What about the government tactics that are being practiced by the military right now to get rid of most of us?
Yes, I think that's more of a threat than actually the collapse of the government, to be honest.
Okay, so now that's what I'm talking about, because it's deeper than just us surviving. What about the government tactics to destroy us in that process, and say it was because it was mayhem, the tactics that they're going to be using to just kill us?
That is the part that we are not prepared for, because while we out twerking in the club, they're sending their kids to learn how to shoot guns. They're teaching their kids to learn how to fight and warfare. That's the part we're not prepared for. You understand? And we need to think on a more physical level, because it's going to go back now to our physical bodies, right? Because remember, when the government shuts down and the technology shuts down, after a while, we can't manufacture guns either. So eventually, all that's going to run out too. And it's going to come down to alchemy, science, learning how to remanufacture these things for ourselves without the use of machines.
So let me ask you this. Yes. How important how prepared are we in this moment for that right now?
Right now, I would say as a whole, as far as the weaponry part, that's the part where we need help. We need a lot of help.
Not even weaponry, right? Not even weaponry, right? I'm talking about, and we're not even encountering the fact that there's going to be diseases, natural things that's going to be happening, like hurricanes.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. And that's where the small part of the population that we're talking about, the independent men and women, are going to come into play, because those are our doctors. Those are our people who know how to put together a judicial system, right, amongst a village. Those are the people that know how to do surgery. That's where, listen to what I'm saying.
Jamar.
Hear me out. Let me finish.
Jamar, we're not being realistic here, Jamar.
Listen to what I'm saying. That small population, right? That's the population that we as a people are going to have to protect, because they will know how to go inside of a body and go inside of a body, slit it open, and do surgery if necessary. They're going to be the ones.
Okay, all right. Listen. Let me ask you this. Because now we're talking about survival.
Yes.
Let's talk about the independent black woman and how she's been turned against her man right now. We got a lot of single mothers out there. Independent black woman, right?
Yes.
Right? Talk about what position she's in all of this.
She's in the most trouble out of everybody. Because she truly believes in her heart that money and finances and even digital currency is the thing that really makes the world go round. She doesn't realize that it's the energy that makes the world go round behind it. And when she realized that those resources no longer exist, and they never existed in the first place, and she was fooled into believing that they exist, that is going to be a problem. Why? Because the mother, the divine mother, if you take the divine mother out, the black woman, that's when everything else falls and behind it. So we have to be careful. We have to protect her. As men, we have to make sure that we protect her mentally and physically. More so mentally.
But how can we protect her if she don't think in her mind, because she's been conditioned to think that she don't need you?
Yes. And you know what? Like I said, there's going to be some lost ones that are going to die. They will. That's without a doubt. You understand?
So most, can we say that most is, can we say that in the mental condition that we in right now, can we say that most are going to die?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
In the mental condition that we are in right now, can we clearly say that most of the so-called women are going to die?
Yeah, I would say the majority of the independent women, yes. Absolutely. And that's our responsibility to protect those women, right? It's going to come down to us making sure that we are there to protect them, because they're going to be looking for us. They're going to be, like the young brother that came on earlier, they're going to be clinging to men who are more likely.
But haven't they conditioned us realistically to be every man for themselves?
All of us? I wouldn't say that, no. Because I would
most of us. I'm talking about most of us, Jamar.
Oh, most of us?
We're talking about a small group. There is 100 something million, 191 million people in America.
Yes.
But about 300, I'm talking about 300 million people in America. About 15 million of them is African Americans, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm talking about the majority. I'm not talking about your small group that you got and we got over here. I'm not talking, I'm talking about majority have been conditioned for every man for themselves out there in the black community.
And there is a large population of that. I can't really tally, how much, right? Because that would be based on my perception. But I do believe that that we're smarter than that, and we have the ability to change and adapt fairly quickly in life and death situations. That's what we're born to do. Like black
I think that all humans are able to do that. I'm not talking about surviving. Right. I'm talking about, is it wise for us to be living right now so comfortably?
Oh no!
In the position that we in.
No, we gotta get better. We have to understand that things can change overnight, just like that. In a heartbeat, everything that you have or everything that you thought was a power or authority or even a protection or safety could be gone in overnight, just like that.
Jamar, let me ask you this. So if that's the case, why aren't we having these conversations?
Well, I think that's what it comes down to, the conscious community. That's why we're here. That's why the leaders that we have, the ones who have been called to talk about these open and have these discussions, are here. There was a time when we couldn't have these discussions. Like, the internet is a powerful thing that we can actually communicate to the masses like that. Before, it was a word of mouth situation. It took much longer to get the message out. Now that we have the internet, we need to realize the power that we have in the internet and use it properly. Not to just to be banging on each other or to be, showing the nonsense that we do. We really need to try and use the internet to unite one another, because that's the part they weren't counting on. That's the part they weren't counting. They want us to bang on each other and go back and forth. They don't want us to unite and look past each other's wrongs, vices. They don't want that, because once we do that, it's over. You can't do nothing with black people when they're united. That's what they fear. That's why they create all these different doctrines and they have people separate. Well, I believe this and I believe that. It's to separate us. Once we unite, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I don't care if you're dealing with carbonation, if you're dealing with Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't care if you just consider yourself black or atheist. If you take all of those people and put them together for a common movement, it's a wrap. Nobody.
So let me ask you this, Jamar. Right now, to make this clear, black people, would you say we are fucked in our position that we in right now? Like, I know you said we can survive, but it's going to be goddamn hard. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy hard. And it's
in the position we're in right now, government shut down, natural disasters, everything. Black women, the way they condition us, every man don't respect the woman. Most men don't respect women. Most women don't respect men because they're dependent on it. Most black women today are dependent on the government, but they think that they're independent.
And you know what? When they go,
and the black men too.
And you know what? I ain't gonna feel bad when they do go, to be honest, because there's a wean out process. Like, nature has its way of balancing things out, even when it comes to government. The government is not too far separated from nature because it's ran by people. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when it's time for them to go, my eye is gonna come in and she's gonna do what she gotta do to bring order.
Okay, so let me ask you this right now. And I gotta take the next call. I'm asking this right now. Last question, and we gotta talk after this. But right now, you live in New York State, right?
Facts.
Right. It's cold outside right now.
Freezing.
Real life situation. Real talk. Lights turn out. Heat cut off. Boom. Right now, you got your children. Government shut down on some real shit. It goes down. Everybody start going crazy, trying to go grab food. You see them running out of the street. Traffic jammed up. You can't get nowhere. This is a real situation that you're in right now. Like, literally. This position. What do you do from where you at right now?
First and foremost, you got to make sure you gather up your arms. Gather up your arms. That's the first thing. You got to look. If you don't know how to shout a gun, you better be learning how to shoot a gun. If you don't have arms,
so you going right into Call of Duty?
Straight out. Straight out. Because if they got no weapons,
straight into Call of Duty.
Because I already know our people. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, our people is gonna turn to their immediate surroundings and start tearing shit up. They're gonna tear up them. They're not gonna go to the white neighborhoods first and foremost. They're gonna tear. That's what we do. When shit hit the fan, we tear up our own shit, and that's where we got to get that mentality out of. If we gonna go somewhere, go to the rich neighborhood and fuck that shit up. We don't do that. We tear up our own shit. So we got to first get out bare arms because you're gonna have to protect yourself. You ain't gonna be able to wait.
That means that we gonna be killing each other, right? That's
I know
off
that.
The rip that we
yes, off the rip.
All right.
Off the rip.
So are you prepared? Are you prepared right now?
Yeah.
To grab arms. Now I'm serious.
Yeah.
Think about this. Are you prepared right now to grab your children, grab arms, and start killing? Listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And literally start shooting niggas.
Yeah. When you put in a position of a life and death situation, I'll put it past the weakest person that we may think to shoot and kill when it's time for life and death situation.
Right, but let me ask you this. And I gotta ask you this. We're gonna build another time. But shouldn't you get yourself out of a situation like that if you can?
Oh yeah, of course, by all means. And I think, to be honest, I think the average person that lives in America, right, is working towards that, but doesn't know that they need to be working towards that. Like,
so we gotta talk about this more, Jamal, on our platforms.
Absolutely.
Because the position we in is detrimental, like real shit.
Yeah.
Shit gonna pop off, and when it do, it's not gonna be like, you can't do that. You gotta be.
It's already in motion. It's already in motion.
The government is shut down right now. FYI.
Facts. It's already in motion.
They just trying us. You see what I'm saying? I gotta go.
They're doing trials right now and test runs. To see, you know what I'm saying? They getting the FEMA camps ready with the Walmarts and all that stuff because they're gonna start categorizing us, and you know what I'm saying, especially with sickness and disease, because that's gonna roll out. So they're gonna have to put people in these concentration camps and things of that nature. But the only way they can do that is with guns, is with warfare. So we have to.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Just think about the position we in and start to reposition ourselves right now, so we ain't gotta go through no type shit like that. And that's what I'm about. You feel what I'm saying?
Listen, man. Nature Boy, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I mean, I don't know what you're going by, Eligio, whatever.
That's all good.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I know you got shit going on and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like, I understand the overall message. I understand what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I may not always agree with the method to the madness because it's, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Dealing on a large scale, but I understand the overall message that you're trying to bring to the people. As I told you before when I first met you, you know what I'm saying? We want to be careful though, like when we group a whole demographic of people in one pot, because black people, we outnumber everybody on this whole planet and we everywhere. And if it came down to it, a migration ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We used to packing up, moving, not having no food, water, and lights. Like we've been living like that long. It's the white man that's worried. We ain't worried because we've been living like that all life. But it's going to be even worse.
Different type of black man now. This is a different type of black man now. This black man and black woman are so dependent on massa. We have become house niggas. This is a different bougie ass. This ain't no slavery root goddamn nigga. No, this is a different kind of nigga. This is a bougie nigga that
there's some
cold weather or ain't used to doing no real hard work.
I wouldn't disagree with that. There's many of them out there, and to some, what we're seeing exploited on television, propaganda, so on and so forth, it makes it look like it's the vast majority. But to be honest, the vast majority of black people ain't doing too good over here in America, man. We're not doing too good as it is. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I've been to countries like Dominican Republic where it's mainly all black people. They speak Spanish, but they mainly all black people, and they have nothing, and they're able to survive.
The one thing I want to say.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm going to say, because I got to take the next caller, and
sure.
I'm always interested in building with you, but one thing about the tropics, me living here in Central America, is that there's fruit everywhere. It's no way to be hungry here, Ma.
Right.
Yo, it's crazy. Jamal, it's crazy fruit just falling it's so much abundance here in nature. It's
right.
It's like they don't even look at fruit as food. It's like a snack to them. Like
That's
this is everywhere, bro.
Right.
Just falling around. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's the area that you're in right now. It's like paradise, what they describe, right?
Right.
But let's not fool ourselves like that's not the only place that has that. Right. There's things that we can survive. Let's put it this way. How did we get here? We got here because we were able to survive here somehow, some way, no matter how you want to do it. Even if we had to go back and resort to
the land is different now. The land is so much different. They done raped and pillaged pillage the land to the point where it's poison. But I gotta go.
I got you. All
right, Mark. I love myself. Let's take the next caller. But before we take the next caller, I want to get somebody in Carbonnation. Come on through. Come through. Come. Yeah. Let's get it.
You're Massey Shanuzian, man, and I want to say a couple things, right? So first, we have to take a look, right, and understand that with this relationship that we was talking about and what was brought up, right, the reason the relationship wasn't working, and I'm gonna tie it all together. One of the main reasons the relationship wasn't working is because there was a lack of respect for one another and respect for beauty in oneself, and realizing that we are each other. Now we have to realize something, right? When the system falls, what we have to realize is that we have money. We don't have morals. So if we have morals, we wouldn't need money. So money, what always teaches us that money just empowers you, and it just shows you true colors pretty much. So if you got morals, then you're going to share your wealth. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be stingy. But if we have morals as a people, we would never need money. So what makes you think that if the system falls, that all of a sudden people going to have morals? You dig what I'm saying? How would you ever trust to stay there and ban with anybody?
Whoa. Let me make this clear real quick. I'm gonna let that slide. If you being disrespectful in our room, we're gonna block you. You see this finger right here? I can't beat your ass, but I can block you. So that's how it works in the internet world. You will not be able to see this show. You will not be able to be involved in what we're talking about right here if you're being disrespectful and you say anything disrespectful in my room toward us. Don't put no negative energy in my house. You in my house, have some respect. I don't come to your page and talk crazy. You feel me? So I'm just gonna block you from now on. Go ahead, do your thing.
So what makes you think that when the system falls, all of a sudden people gonna get morals, just pop out their ass? All of a sudden they're gonna want to be moral. First off, we don't realize that we are each other. Now, we didn't even take it that deep tonight, but we don't even realize that we are one another. So because of this illusion of separation, that we don't realize that we are each other, it allows us to treat each other immorally.
Facts.
So when the system falls, how could you ever trust a band with anybody? And of course, like everything else,
we ain't building that right now.
Exactly. It's not built right now. So think about this, right?
We are living in the most immoral time ever.
That's a fact. With the money. And that just amplifies how we already are. So think about that, right? The system shut down. People are gonna be in a fear state. They're gonna be in this state of, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Just survival. Doing anything. Willing to kill still. Nobody's gonna really be trying to band together. And at the end of the day, a nigga might snake you. You never know. You never truly know.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go to the next caller. Good looking. That's real. I love myself. That's real. Alright, so look. We taking the next caller in right now. Victoria, we try to take a female right now. You feel me? If anybody being disrespectful in the room, we gonna block you. Stay positive, y'all. We taking the next female caller. The next female caller, we want to hear from the females and the males. By how will you guys pay?
Chief, you're gonna cut me off, but it's meant for me to answer this question.
Go ahead, man.
Okay. So it seems like your question is more fitted on to the woman specially, right? The woman specially is going to
it's the saddest thing that's gonna happen to her.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to refer back to what you guys are doing, which is more like to nature. And
but that means that you're gonna have to start doing that now, don't you think?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That goes back to what some of us, like you say, you utilize what you can get from the government right now while you're in nature, as far as donations or whatever. That's what I do as far as the government. I don't
listen. This is different. I gotta let you know.
I don't depend on it.
Listen. You're not understanding what we doing here, and you're trying to compare what you're doing to what we're doing, and you're in a different position than we are. We don't depend on the government. We don't. None of y'all give us donations. None of y'all send us money, yo. And listen,
no, I don't
either. Position right now, listen. If we had to survive off y'all donations, we be fucked. Everybody takes it, nobody gives.
But what you have to understand that it is some women out here that are on the government with plenty of kids, or even if they're not, I am. That if the government shut down right now, I have had a father to, I can go downstairs right now and show you. I've chopped wood. It's wood lined up on the porch. My dad had built if it was daylight outside, I would show you right now. It's something dug out in front of our yard that if rain comes, we would have water. My mom, we taught how to do gardens. There's a garden out there right now. I can show you right downstairs right now what we are putting in our refrigerator.
Okay,
Greens,
well, then
turnip,
good then.
food from the ground that grows with the stem.
Okay. Well,
So
then you
it's-
good. Then, so
so-
let me ask you this. So in your position right now, you straight.
My cousin connected me to you because he said he thought that I was.
Let me ask you, no. Do you have a security guard or guards to guard your garden? Because that's food. Niggas coming to take that shit.
Well, that goes back to the young man that said that you would have to have guns. I don't like to carry that.
So wait,
stuff,
are you ready to kill people? Listen.
No.
I gotta
no.
go to the next caller because we already talked. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Bro, all I'm trying to make clear is that, listen, I ain't trying to kill niggas. Why not get yourself in a position where you're so far away from this shit that you ain't got to deal with the shit? Why not wait? Why you wait to the last minute to try to organize? Why y'all sitting there like you don't see this shit about to happen? If you know your enemy about to do something, you supposed to bust a move. Why put yourself through all that is the question I got for y'all. Why? Why put yourself through what we're talking about right now? Where you gonna have to get a gun and kill a nigga, take your kids, and your kids might get killed. That somebody might shoot you and your kids. What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How you guys doing over there?
Good. So the question of the night is this. African American people especially, right now, government collapses. What do we look like?
Well, for me, myself, and I'm preparing as we speak. I've been preparing for like 6 months.
Tell me what you want to prepare. So maybe you can help somebody else. Yeah.
Got like, I go to Sam's. I have a Sam's card.
What
I go to
state
Sam's.
are you in right now so people could know, like, basically?
Oklahoma.
So you're in, wait, Oklahoma? Wait, did you say Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask. Hold on. Let me ask. I gotta ask you. Listen. Wait. So you're in Oklahoma right now. Is part of your plan to leave out of Oklahoma?
No, well, kind of, sort of. I have a church family in Enid, which is about 70 miles away. We have our own.
a church?
Huh?
Did you say church?
Yeah, we have a church in Enid.
Wow.
Let me finish. We have our own farm. We have our own beef. We have our own chicken.
Gotta go. Wait, wrong channel. I'm glad we're talking about this for real. I'm glad we building about this. You got something to say? All right, before I let the next person, I'm gonna let you get it, Eliana.
This had brought me back to the day when we were sitting right here and had my little moment or whatever. That made me think about like what I would have to go through, because this is the life that I'm living. Like whether I'm, if I'm over there, I'm over here. This is what I'm deciding to do because I understand the severity of getting out of that system and changing my mind, reprogramming and all that. So it took me. I'm pregnant. Why would I leave my husband? And that's his nature to be polygamous, right?
And they tell you, leave him, girl. You need to get away from him, girl. You need to leave him. We don't need him. Girl, we got each other. You see how crazy this shit is?
At the end of the day, what type of position does that leave me in? Because if I was to stay in nature or not, I would still need my man to do certain things for me. I can't do everything on my own. I'll be literally carrying all the weight on
Wait, hold on. Did you say you need a man?
Yes, I need a man.
Oh,
I need my man.
You so wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, so you need your man.
I need my man, yes.
You smart.
Yes.
you gonna make it to the top. Because guess what? Your man gonna protect you.
Exactly.
You gonna be all right. And your children. You got men around you. We got plenty of men around you to protect you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And people like, oh, it's a sausage fest over there until niggas is fucked up. It's a sausage fest until niggas is fucked up. Yeah. Let's see what kind of. I'd rather be a sausage fest than Call of Duty. Real life version, zombie galore, nigga. Night of the Living Dead. Let me take the next caller.
Wait, I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done? Okay, come on, baby.
All right. You sure?
Okay, let me take the next caller. I'm trying to get the next one. Boom. All right, come on. Come on then, y'all. And y'all think y'all independent woman out crazy. I had hit you up, Victoria. You're not picking up. I keep sending you the request, Victoria. You're not picking up the request. So I don't, it could be my internet. There you go.
Hello?
What's going on? Can I see your face?
What up? Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hello?
Yeah, yes. What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's up?
Gotta go. See, he gonna be gone. That dude right there, he gone. He already dead. We talking to dead people.
And that's how we look.
We really talking to dead people right now. It's like the dead about to bury the dead. And we like literally talking to dead people.
Got me?
What's going on, King?
What's up, bro? What's up?
So the question of the night is, African American people right now, government shut down. What are we looking like?
It's chaos, man. It's the initial wave of it is going to be chaos. That's my thought on it. But at the same time, I also believe that that's a natural selection of things. You know, so the first wave is going to be chaos. People are going to die. Lives are going to be lost because those are the ones who didn't take the time to prepare for those situations.
Wait, slow down real quick.
But,
let me ask you because you just said that like that meant nothing. Okay.
Well, listen, man.
Wait. You said that like.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing. I mean, you walk out. I mean, literally. I mean, we're not thinking realistically, even as we're talking about this. We're not thinking realistically.
Yes.
I want you to think about you in your apartment or your house right now. And niggas is out there dying, getting shot, stabbed, women are getting raped, babies getting slashed and killed. And you just talking like, well, that's the first half. You know what I'm saying? And then, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, just that alone is enough to traumatize you as a grown-ass man.
I understand that.
So we can't
but
just
it's also
going by that.
No, it's not about it easing on by it, but you have to accept the environment that you're in right now. I was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, right? So a lot of that stuff I was around anyway. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, some things you're gonna have to condition your mind to because that's the culture of the environment that we live in right now. So like you said, we're being conditioned to see those type of things. So if you're not prepared for those things or prepared to see those type of things, then you're gonna buckle under the pressure. You have to condition yourself for those type of things. And like you said, so like in reference to me and my family, like you said, you go outside and you see those things. You have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to know what type of game that you're playing. If you know that you're in this game, then you have a better chance at survival. And that's what it is at that point. You're gonna have to survive in that situation. So right now, you know, like preparing for that, like we have passports. That's the name of the game right there. Make it to the finish line and get up out of here.
Whoa! You said something key, very key.
Yes.
Passports.
Absolutely, you have to have that because you don't want to thrive or try to. It's about thriving and it's not about surviving. You know, at some point, like I said, the initial wave, you're going to have to survive. But you're going to have to thrive at some point. So you have to have a game plan for the future. You know, in the meantime, between time, yes, you're going to have to learn how to survive. You're going to have to learn how to, you know, feed your family. You know, you're going to have to do these things.
What state are you in right now? What state are you in?
I'm in South Carolina right now.
Okay. So remember Katrina?
Yeah.
How did black people prepare or were they prepared for just Katrina?
No, there wasn't.
Remember Hurricane
No, there wasn't at all. Yeah. Like I said, and that was the first wave. It was chaos. It was absolutely chaos.
So
yes, it is chaos.
Let me ask you our next question of the night. The so-called independent black woman, right?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yo, so-called independent black woman. What does she look like right now?
Yeah, right now she's troubled. She's troubled. She's going to take a major hit. In reference to that, because, and here's the reason, because, you know, the environment that we've been in, we've been conditioned to believe that we don't need each other. You know, we've been conditioned to believe that you know, it's every man for themselves, and it's really not about that. And that's why I say it's going to be a natural selection, because there's going to be some people who think like you think, or some people who think that like I think, or, you know, have a we need to come together mentality, and it's going to make it happen. Now, the ones who don't make it, that's called natural selection. You know, and that's collateral damage. It's going to happen.
I don't know your name. What's your name?
My name's Joe, man.
Joe, right now, real spill.
Yes. Yes.
Government, because the government is literally shut down right now. Trump shut the government down, right? So,
yes.
Question right now. If it popped off right now, are you prepared? You right now in the position that you in right now. I'm talking about jacket on, headphones, just chilling. Are you prepared right now?
Yeah.
For this
we got bug out bags and everything. Yeah, bug out bags.
Show me right now.
Security.
Right now. Go get it. Go. Right now. Go. Let's move. Move out.
Cool.
No, I'm serious. Show us right now.
Hold on. Here we go. I got you. Hold on.
Wow,
all right, cool. So I'm moving.
You about to show us. Let's see.
All right, so hold on. All right, so I got bags. Hold on, my bad. You can't see me. I'm in my garage right now. But up top here, those are tents, right? Those are tents, and those cases are food, right there.
Oh, my man.
Then up here, those are bags. You see that those boots and stuff in there?
Wow.
In case we gotta, you know, cover any kind of terrain. All right. As far as weapons, that I have a. Damn, how you knew that? That's.
I knew you was a Virgo, bro. I knew you was a Virgo, bro. You had to be a Virgo, bro. Virgos is paranoid, man. They worried about shit like that. Yo, you really give my head, yo. Yo, shout out to that guy, Joe. That guy, Joe, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, weapons. He said, I got, you see that bag right there? I got my story. Bro, you really ready, bro? I'm glad
it's just one of those things, man. You know, I appreciate it, man. It took me a minute. I was saying add me for a minute, man. But, you know, I just feel like, you know, sometimes I know we in this condition, and sometimes, and I think, honestly, man, that might be what we need as a people. You know what I'm saying? For that shutdown, because, you know, when that happens, when that survival mode kick in, man, we're some amazing people. You know, a lot of us already live in poverty. A lot of us already know.
Let me ask you this for the ladies out there. Are you single?
Okay. Oh, no. I'm not single. I got a family.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it seems like all the good men already got women to protect, and I guess that's how I go, right? So,
yeah, but it's still my mentality, regardless. You know, I was always raised that way, man.
You got enough. You better get the
Yeah. I was always raised, you know, to be that protector, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I was. I was called the old man growing up. You know, growing up in New Orleans or whatever. I never had that mentality to, you know, I'm not going with the crowd.
All right, so let me ask you this last question. I gotta go. It was really good chat with you.
Go ahead, brother.
I got one more question for you. So, would you agree right now in the position that we mentally are in, right?
Mm-hmm.
That black people literally are fucked?
I disagree with you on that one.
Okay.
And this is why I disagree with you, man, because
the position that we in right now, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday. That's all I'm gonna say is Black Friday.
Absolutely.
Katrina,
but those are the conditions.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not talking about these small groups. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah.
Listen, Black Friday, Katrina, Harvey.
Yeah.
Are we prepared for the government to shut down right now?
No, nobody's prepared for that, man. Nobody, because it's so dependent. The government runs the country.
Obviously, you are.
I mean, this is true, man. You know, but you know, I'm not even considered a percentage on that percentile. You see what I'm saying? When in that aspect,
Are you
I'm
thinking
just
about
only
all
one
the
family.
children? Are you thinking about all the black women out there that think they're independent, that's riding around like, there's an epidemic of black women out there that just really believe they do not need the black man at all.
Yeah, man, and then she's gonna have to step up and show that she don't.
If the government was to shut down, how we act a fool, the way we be acting a fool, we don't have no mental discipline, no morals. No, you telling me that we gonna be all right?
Yeah, I believe in my people, man. All right, man. All right, brother.
All right. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Well, I guess you stay right there. I hope your aim is good. I need somebody from Carbonnation. Come on through.
Okay. Let me get this real quick, because I want y'all to understand something. We're pack animals. We need each other. To think that you could work independently on your own in a position that we're in right now, y'all must be like really mentally ill. This just shows us ourselves. When we have big epidemics, like Chief said, when natural disasters hit, Hurricane Katrina, Harvey, all of these natural disasters, just look at yourselves in the state of like a flux of chaos and how we act upon things. You see what I'm saying? This is really a replica of what's going to happen when the government shuts down. When shit really hits the fan, are you going to be able to maneuver strategically throughout this reality in order for you to actually position yourself in the best place to actually, put yourself in a good environment? Like, you got to think about it. We're not living in an area where we have natural resources. All the government that you think that we're supported by, they're actually supported by nature. All of their stuff that they get comes from nature. You see what I'm saying? So we have to look about it and we have to see.
You ain't got to be scared to be stupid. Somebody said we ain't scared though. You ain't got to be scared to be stupid. A lot of people ain't scared to be stupid, man.
They buried dead, not scared.
They buried the dead, not the scared. Exactly. That's a good thing that you just said right there, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, that's all right now.
it's gonna run out. And I
because what you need.
What's going on, yo? What's going on? Phoenix, what's up, man? Never mind, man.
Showing that video of that interview. Oh, that lady? Yeah, that lady. Where she was like,
we letting the next person in, and then it's gonna be you, and then we gonna shut it down for the night because we gotta take it down. It's 8:30. It's time to rock out.
Hey, how you doing?
Peace, reflection. What's going on? All right.
Hey, how are you?
The question for the night: African Americans right now, government collapse. What do we look like right now?
If the government collapsed?
When?
When? Probably, What, you saying what would we look like?
Yes.
What we look like ourselves? We wouldn't look like ourselves?
Okay, I gotta take the next call.
yeah, she gone.
She gone. So I don't think she even paid attention to the show. Like, I don't think she was even paying attention. She said the government shut down once. This isn't the first time. Okay. Okay. A lot of people in the room is asleep. A lot of people really sleeping, and they really in like coffins. You might as well be in a coffin. These niggas sleeping in a coffin. I know they got the coffin. Your peace reflection. What's going on?
Big bro.
All right. So the question of the night is this: African American people right now,
Right.
they collapse. What do we look like?
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It's ugly.
Woo!
I ain't even gonna hold you.
It's crazy.
And look, bro, I'm locked up too. I just had my shit bundled up, you heard?
I see you.
I'm locked up, bro.
Where
My
you
shit
at?
tripping, bro. I'm in Jersey, bro. I'm in Jersey.
Jersey. What?
Camden County.
Huh?
Camden County. You already know.
Oh, you
I'm right outside the city.
Okay.
I'm right outside the city.
You said what?
I'm right outside the city, bro.
Okay. So listen, Camden. Oh my God, the murder capital,
Right.
bro. What do we look like, bro? What do we look
I ain't
like?
gonna hold you, bro. I be seeing the shit that be going on with you, bro. I be feeling sorry, my nigga. Like, I be like, damn, like, I know you ain't really got no ill intent like that, you feel me? It's like you really trying to lead us, you know what I'm saying, in the right direction, but it's like, bro, we in the heat of the fire, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't really no escape route, you know what I'm saying? So we just out here, son, like, it ain't, you know what I mean?
But you do got time right now to get the fuck up out of this. That's what we are. We like trying to send it to you.
Yo, bro, look at the comments, son. There's a lot of CMP in the building.
in the building, yo.
You see that? You know what the fuck going on?
Yo, I used to be out there all the time. I used to be out seeing Pollock.
Let me let my lock bang, son. Let me let my fucking lock bang, man.
Hey, yo, look. Hey, yo, look. I used to be out in all over Camden, CMD, yo.
Right.
I was locked up with CMD. I was in the Berg.
Oh, you know about Jamesburg.
Yeah, I was out there. 49893. I was out there with. I was CMD. I was raised with them dudes. But look, that's neither here nor there. That's the so-called independent black woman.
Right.
She's looking like if the government fall.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something about an independent black woman, son. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with you, son, because I understand what you're saying. When you say that, it's like when you, because I wrote a track about some shit like that. But when you look at any other fucking race, bro, don't nobody scream independent like ours. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's always ours that say they don't need a man, son. You don't hear a white woman, a Spanish woman, so fucking driven off of that energy. You feel me? Like, oh, I don't need a man this, I don't need a man that. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's facts.
So as far as the government and shit, like, at the end of the day, man, this shit going for us, son. I'm the one that left that comment that you was tripping on and shit when you was like, when you scared though. You know what I'm saying? Cause, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm gonna stand here and hold mine, son. Like, I know you non-violent and all that.
Out of here, boy. You got children?
Man, I got a son, man. He's 13. I just made him a beautiful.
Look, right? It's like this. If I know some shit gonna happen before it happened and I stay there, I deserve exactly what I get. You know?
And you right. So what would be your advice for me, son?
Get your passport, take you and your son and go into the jungle and get in tune with nature. That, you know my advice. You know my message. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do what we did. Leave and put yourself in a position where you far away from the mayhem. You feel what I'm saying?
You right.
Make sure you're in a position right now where you got your own food, that you got a team around you, get some dudes with you, you know what I'm saying? And take your time to prepare for that shit. Get out.
You right.
Get out, nigga. I gotta go, bro. CMD.
Right.
I love myself.
Right,
I gotta go.
bro.
Holiday.
We're in Jersey, man. You know it.
Jersey.
Word.
I love myself. I gotta hear from my main man right here, yo. Solar, talk to us.
So, how do we look right now? You know, it's you look stupid. You look real blind. Right now, you don't understand. You think that you're okay where you at, but honestly, you already under attack, and they're hitting y'all hard. They're hitting y'all with the weapons of mass distraction to the point to where you think you have food. You think you have a community. You don't have a community. Everybody who's came into this room has only been worried about themselves and their family. Nobody has been talking about what they would do for everybody else, and that's just not going to happen there. What's happened is they've distracted you and caused you to focus on things that don't matter. They got you to chase money. They got you to chase status, trying to look cool, and things of that nature. And we focused on the wrong thing. We focused on the money and got away from what really mattered. And now we devalue each other. We don't value each other at all. And there is no community without unity. And what they did was they dismantled our families. So the melanated woman, she's in danger. She's in danger because she looks like a target right now. You look like targets out there if that whole government was just to shut down where you're at. There's nobody there to protect you. Everybody's going to be out there looking out for themselves because they are lost in the illusion of separation. They don't know that we're all one. They don't know that they're doing this to themselves. Like there's the black man and then there's the Negro-pean, and the majority of them are Negro-peans, and they're going to do everything that they can to survive off of lies and continue that lie and serve massa, make sure massa survives in some way, shape, or form. So they'll just go and make Babylon somewhere else. What we really need to do to have our own community is to focus on.
What happened, boss? We sick.
Yeah, focus on our families. You know, and stop eating what you think food is. That's what the Europeans ate. They ate meat and eggs and things like that. They got you to think that that's what you ate. That is not what we ever ate.
And most of the people don't even know they can survive without meat.
Yeah, you don't
and dairy. Most people don't even know that they can survive without meat and dairy. Majority of people, the masses, are not vegan. They're not conditioned to even survive without meat. So most people gonna be going to eat you. If you ain't vegan, they gonna be trying to eat you. I gotta take the next caller. Most people are eating meat and they think that they can't get no protein or no food. Just imagine people walking around right now thinking in their mind, like, yo, we gotta eat meat. So now they gotta eat each other. When they run out of meat, they eating each other.
Right. Cannibalism.
You feel what I'm saying? Y'all are very few. When you think about the people in the world, you gotta remember when you say I don't eat meat, yo, it's not a. See, there you go. You thinking about you. You see what I'm saying? You said you still eating chicken though, right? That's what I'm saying. Most people out there that's black people, you gotta understand. They think that they need to eat meat. And because they think they need to eat meat, they don't know how to survive off of fruit, off of veggies. Nah, they gonna fucking think they need meat and they gonna go mayhem. And you gotta have to kill some people. Are you ready to shoot niggas' heads off? Are you ready to shoot niggas' heads off? Is all I'm saying.
Hi guys.
Peace, reflection, what's going on? Look, the question of the night is this.
What was that?
The question of the night is this. African American people, the government collapsed. What do we look like?
No, it doesn't look good. I'm not gonna lie and sorry, I'm nervous, but I'm not gonna lie and say, it looks good, but one second, I need to catch my breath. I'm pregnant.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Right now, do you have a husband?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Are you guys prepared that the government collapsed?
We're in Connecticut.
You're in Connecticut?
Yep.
What's the temperature in Connecticut right now?
Oh, Caucasian temperature, 14 degrees, something like that.
Okay. If the government was to shut down their power plants, right?
Right.
What would you and your husband do right now in this situation?
Well, at the moment we would be stuck. I'm not gonna lie, we would be stuck because we don't have passports or anything like that. I've never been out of the country. He goes back and forth. He's a Haitian, so he's been back and forth to Haiti all the time. So we would be stuck. But I just want to point out that.
Right.
What was that?
Right. Let me get this right. You guys are building a family in an unstable situation.
Unstable how?
Like the government right now, I don't know if you know it, is shut down. Like like point blank period. You didn't know that the government is shut down right now?
Yeah, but I mean, when is the government ever steady? And then when it is steady, when is it good for black people, period? So you can't convince me that it was worse than yesterday for black people because,
what I'm saying is
what I mean?
You guys made it. What I'm saying is you guys made it with each other and you're having a child in a situation where you're dependent on a government that doesn't care about you.
Okay, fair.
Do you feel safe now? If you think about it, when you come think about it, right?
Yeah.
There is not going to be a warning when the government truly shuts down. It's not going to be a warning. It's going to come out of nowhere. Do you feel safe with you and your baby and your family in that predicament?
Nope. Not gonna say that. Not gonna say that I do. I'm not here to be.
Tactic. Somebody said it's a scare tactic, right?
No, because I'm not scared.
This is reality, right?
Yeah.
Are you prepared? What I'm saying, the fact that you feel like you're not prepared in this predicament right now, and neither is your husband. Should we be making children in these situations when we're not secure without the government? We're not secure with a person that we cannot trust. First of all, you cannot depend on the government. So you can't sit up under them, right? And say, oh, we'll make a family, right? We'll make a family. We'll bring a child into this world. We're depending on a government that literally is spraying you with chemtrails.
Okay, but don't you think that the government would want you to not reproduce as black people? Isn't that what they would want you to think?
No.
I'm not going to let them
saying we should. I'm not saying that,
producing kings. Never. No.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they don't want you to reproduce. I'm saying should you be reproducing in your predicament?
In this environment.
Right.
Like I said, I don't care what environment I was in. I would, take me back way before, let's say the slaves thought the same thing.
Like, what is? So listen, this is what I'm saying to you.
Uh-huh.
American independent woman, right?
Right.
The government was to fail. What does her situation look like?
The independent female, honestly, are they really so independent as they claim to be? Some people, yeah, they are. Some females that I know in my family are. But I just want to say that let's not forget about the men that led us to be here in the first place. Every other race, yeah, you don't see Latinas talking about they're so independent and blah, 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 but guess what? They rely on their men to not be in that situation in the first place.
Well,
maybe they do not feel the need to be so independent.
Is it true that the government makes it hard for the black man to even survive within their system?
Absolutely. I'm not going to say that, other races don't have that same thing, though.
Is it easier for the black woman to get a job in their system?
Easier than the black man? I feel like black men are more accepted in society than black women are. Period.
Okay,
I feel like...
Hey, look. Thank you so much for your opinion tonight. And we got to take the next caller, all right?
All right. Okay.
I'm thankful. Peace. All right, so look. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Who's next over here in Carbonnation? Trump, he shut down the government on Friday, but everybody, that's what they want you to do. When you hear that they shut down the government, you want everybody to be relaxed, like right now. Oh, they shut down the government every year.
It's called false flag. False flag.
False flag.
So when it really shuts down, nobody's gonna believe it. That's
right. She was wilding. I know she was wilding.
Yeah, Slide the Persian is just a movie. Slide Walking Dead is just a movie. Slide Zombieland is just a movie.
That's why niggas think niggas gonna kill people when they play video games.
It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
I don't know why we think it's gonna be Call of Duty and you're just gonna be able to shoot people and this is real blood, nigga. You were never meant to see people dying like crazy. No.
What up, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Man, cooler, man. Hey, I know what the topic is, but I had a question.
Go ahead. We trying to stay on the topic though, but go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Shoot me the same question, but the same question.
The black African American man and woman right now, government collapse. What do we look like?
Shit, but you gotta you gotta think. Just like the last quarter that you just had, man. That is the reason. We don't wanna accept the fact and hold our women accountable because we've been so effeminized by these single mother households growing up, and we think that our women are so, impeccable in the things that they do and that they can't be critiqued, and that even in the face of adversity, when you got a good topic and the things that you're talking about, they can still find fault in something that the black man is doing and big ups the other men and other races but to refute what you're saying about what other women do in comparison when they have access to more things in society than we do. You know what I mean? So it's like our biggest downfall is our woman. And until we accept that and stop pandering to them and stop telling them what the fuck they want to hear, we gonna always be fucked up in society, man. And a big cause of this shit is the conscious community, because once men get conscious and these women get conscious, the first thing we do is big up them and say, man, you know what? It don't matter what you came from a woman sacrificed everything. If you see how conscious you are and you holding these lives and you asking these questions, you can't even show me women who's doing the same thing on the same level.
That's real. Hey, look, we appreciate that. That's real. We want to show them something though, real quick, bro. Thanks for calling in.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'm thankful. Here's something I want y'all to watch, Reflection. Here's what happened at Harvey. I want you to watch this real quick. This woman right here is literally at a FEMA camp in Walmart. Is it Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart.
It's Walmart FEMA camp. And CNN is interviewing a black woman from the Hurricane Harvey. Watch this.
But we had been there like 5 days with no food and no lights, and nobody came. Like, nobody came.
No, you're with your children. We've heard of stories of mothers trying to save their children from the rushing waters. Can you tell us how that was?
4 feet of water to go get them food on the first day. Yeah, that's a lot of shit. But y'all sitting here, y'all trying to interview people during their worst times. Like, that's not the smartest thing to do. Like, people are really breaking down, and y'all sitting here with cameras and microphones trying to ask us what the fuck is wrong with us. And you really trying to understand with the microphone still in my face, with me shivering cold, with my kids wet, and you still putting the microphone in my face.
Ms. Flores, it sounds like you got a very upset family there. We're going to take a break from that. We'll get back to you later on. Russ Flores and Houston Forest, thank you. Along the text.
Say it one more time for him. I want you to know what you're watching right here. Here is a situation, a real life situation at a FEMA camp when Hurricane Harvey came. This is just a little natural disaster that happened in Houston, right? And here it is. CNN tries to interview this black woman, so-called independent. She's with her kids. She has no man, right? And they're interviewing her, and she says she called the cops. She called the government, but no one came. No one came.
But we had been there like 5 days with no food and
5 days with no.
Nobody came. Like, nobody.
She said we had been there 5 days with no food. Independent black woman. She got 2 kids right there. Is that 2 kids or 3? 2 kids by herself. She said we've been there for 5 days with no food. Watch.
Now you're with your children. We've heard of stories of mothers trying to save their children from the rushing waters. Can you tell us how that was?
4 feet of water to go get them food on the first day. Yeah, that's a lot of shit. But y'all sitting here, y'all trying to interview people during their worst times. Like, that's not the smartest thing to do. Like, people are really breaking down, and y'all sitting here with cameras and microphones trying to ask us what the fuck is wrong with us. And you really trying to understand with the microphone still in my face, with me shivering cold, with my kids wet, and you still putting the microphone in my face.
Ms. Flores, it sounds like.
Okay, where is this lady's husband? And this is just something that we need to think about. You know, while we sitting around joking and laughing and entertaining about stuff that makes no sense, what are we gonna do? Where's the black man at? Where's her man at? She's independent. She was dependent on the government. She said, we called the police, but no one came for 5 days. She called her man. Her man, she had no food for her kids for 5 days, 4 feet of water, and no one came for her at all.
Hmm.